This discussion that we're having is so often a clash between ideology and just human stories that what I'd like to do is to take my time and echo the testimony of Ron and Andrew and Susan with some stories from Rhode Island. David and Rock wrote to me from Providence. We now both have active and busy careers, a teenager thinking about college, and the financial challenges of college tuition and shrinking retirement assets. We're involved in the community and in our church. We have the concerns of most families. In fact, if we were a heterosexual couple, ours would be the story of a conservative American family. The importance of education, the importance of faith, delaying marriage until financially stable, marriage followed by a shared household, followed by child rearing. And then there is DOMA. We carry our marriage documents, adoption documents, and medical care proxy documents when we travel. I'm ineligible for inclusion in military family benefits. We're not eligible to file joint income tax. We're ineligible for spousal Social Security benefits in the event of the death of one of us. It is time to end this discriminatory policy. Carol and Ann write, we've been together since 1987 and have had 20 foster children. For 30 years, I've worked at the same company and paid taxes and been a model citizen. For 23 years, Ann has taken care of children in need. At one high school, we were known as the ladies, and educators heaved a sigh of relief when they knew a tough child had us as their foster parents. With kindness and patience and compassion, our efforts have made great changes in 20 young lives. We're doing our best to make this a better world. Please pass the Respect for Marriage Act and reverse DOMA. We want to be able to tell our foster children we are married 100%. Bill and Ernie write, we live in Cumberland, Rhode Island, and we've been a couple for over 20 years. We live quietly and go about our business without bothering anyone. I was born 59 years ago, and Ernie was born 55 years ago. We've been citizens of the United States all our lives, but since the passage of DOMA, our government has seen fit to take rights away from us. Why is this? We have not hurt anyone. Ernie's and my union will not cause harm to anyone. It makes no sense to set us outside the protections of federal law to make us less than full citizens of the United States. Please ask your colleagues in the Senate to support the return of our civil rights. It is the only civil thing to do. And finally, from a story in the Providence Journal about Pat Baker and Deborah Tavour. Pat has been in public service for a long time. She's a 51-year-old correctional officer. It says here, she was never a gay rights activist, but after doctors diagnosed her with incurable lung cancer in December, she got an added jolt. The Federal Defense of Marriage Act precludes Tavour from collecting the Social Security benefits Baker earned for a surviving spouse. The story continues, the discovery stunned Baker, leading her to embark on what may well be her first and last act of bravery in the name of marriage equality. The story concludes, they are not entitled to the full scope of protections with regard to end-of-life issues, disposition of remains, who is considered next of kin, who gets to make decisions on medical care, organ donations, and more. Noting that the couple has spent thousands of extra dollars trying to put in place such protections, Lowy said, I hope it is a reminder to the legislators that this is not abstract. This is a really tragic illustration of how these vulnerable situations are made so much more difficult because these same-sex couples are not treated like everybody else. Could not improve on those comments from Rhode Island couples, and I thank everyone for their attention. Look forward to working particularly with Senator Feinstein on passage of her bill. Again, I want to recognize her leadership, and I want to recognize the leadership of our chairman. There have been many occasions when this hearing room has been made the fulcrum of progress for this country as a result of his leadership. This is another such occasion, and I want to recognize him for that.